name's Kelly, and this is my ballerina demonstrator, Kaylee. We'll be showing you range of motions today. First, we'll start with flexion, extension, and hyperextension. Flexion is when you bend the leg, her, in this case, hip joint and knee joint, to make a smaller angle with the body. Extension is when you extend the limb back out so it's straight. Hyperextension is when you move the joint and limb past anatomical position as pictured here. Now we'll be showing you dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, and lateral flexion. Dorsiflexion is when the ankle of the foot is bent more towards the body, like so. Plantar flexion is when your ankle joint bends towards the ground, like you're pointing your toes. Lateral flexion is when the vertebral column bends from side to side, as so. Abduction, adduction, and circumduction are all motions we'll be showing on the upper part of the body. First, abduction is when you bring limbs away from the midline, as so. Abduction is when you bring them back towards the midline. Here, Kaylee is using her shoulder joints. Circumduction, on the other hand, is when you're making circular motions with the joints, as Kaylee is again with her hip bone and shoulder bone. Next, we'll be showing you the difference between supination and pronation. Supination is when the wrists of your palm are in anatomical position, as so. Pronation is when your wrists turn downwards and are facing towards the back of you. Eversion is when the ankle bones turn outwards so that they're facing away from the midline. Inversion is when the ankle bone is turning inwards, similar to when someone says pigeon toe. Elevation is when Kaylee here is raising her arms and working her shoulder joints. Depression is when she moves her arms back down towards the side of her body. Last but not least, we have protraction and retraction. Protraction is when you're moving part of the body forward. Retraction is when you're moving part of the body backward. Here, she's using in both motions her hip joints.